even just having that award, I think, is something that definitely means a lot. And since I came aware of it, I think it was last year, it's something I was like, oh, that'd be really cool to have. It's not something I like meaningfully really tried to get, and it's like that's where all my focus and attention was. I just really stuck to a process, and those are the results that came out, and I'm just fortunate it was that way.
Jack, just kind of continuing on that, to speak about yourself for just a moment. Like, have you got a chance to see who some of the previous award winners have been on that list, and just kind of where your name ranks with some pretty darn good football players?
I did see some of the players, because Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, those guys, and they're all really great players, and to be able to be in that category is, it's really an honor.
You guys are going to be spending a week in Las Vegas, obviously.
Uh-oh.
A bunch of 20 and 22-year-old guys, well, 24.
Okay, let's go easy there.
What's it going to be like, I guess, for I mean, Las Vegas is a little different than, I don't know, in pretty much every other town that you guys would visit.
Well, it's different than Corvallis, that's for sure. But, I mean, we got a lot of mature guys, and they should be able to handle themselves, I can only speak for myself, but, I mean, we'll be fine. It'll be a good time, though.
What do you think, what were players talking about when you guys got, when you heard you were going to Vegas?
Really, well, for me, I was like, that's the ball ultimately I wanted. I want to play an SEC team. I think, the timing, the location of everything. And ultimately, before the season, my dad's like, I need to see you play in Vegas. And I know he meant the Pac-12 championship for that, but this is another good venue and a great stadium to get to play in. So.
What are the emotions going to be like, given that this is going to be the last time you see that authorities?
Gosh, you really had to bring that up, man. I don't even know. I mean, I don't really you don't really know what's going to happen or how you feel until you really hit it. Like the Oregon game especially, it's like I didn't really understand what the emotions were going to be like until you actually get out there, and there's a lot of emotion for a lot of the seniors, and we played with a lot of emotion, so I'm assuming it'll be somewhat similar.
Jack, just kind of inside the locker room right now, is there a big motivation from the team to perform better in the bowl game this year than obviously last year?
Oh, absolutely. And we are all about finishing everything and doing it the right way. And when you go down there and you invest all this time and energy, obviously you want to win. So that's our goal.
Why do you think last year unfolded like it did? And what do you feel like would change in this situation?
I mean, to change what we did, obviously has to be the maturity of our group and the preparation we do and take before the game. But when we get to Vegas, ultimately it's like we got to have some time to enjoy ourselves, but you have to be able to differentiate the two between when you need to focus up, lock in, and put in the work, and then when you can relax and enjoy yourself. And if we're able to do that better than we did last year, then we're going to have the result.
Was there a little bit too much enjoying yourself last year?
I mean, I haven't really analyzed it too much, but if it had to be something, that probably was a factor.
Have you, obviously Florida's been in the news because they've been transferred. They've had a lot of guys transfer out. Do you guys care who shows up on the field there on this next Saturday?
Ultimately, it doesn't matter, but even for them, it's Florida. They got a lot of talent, and the next guy up isn't going to be that big of a drop-off from the guy playing before. So it's going to be a four-quarter game.
Knowing the kind of culture that you've been able to build since you started here at Oregon State, what are you hoping that people see after this last bowl game?
Ultimately, we're willing to do whatever it takes to be successful and win. And we've established that culture, and it really started in January, and the players and the teammates we have around. So, yeah.
You've been part of this change in this program over the last 5 years. What is Coach Smith and the staff, what is different about where this team is at than when you got to Corvallis?
Really, it's the buy-in from the players, and that's something he brought in guys that were going to be bought into the system, that were going to stick through it with hard times and work their butts off to get to where they wanted to be, not just personally, but as a team. And when you have that mindset and philosophy over time, you get more and more of those people, and then it just starts to become contagious. And obviously, it begins to affect the results we have. So,
was there a point where you could feel the culture changing, even if maybe the scoreboard wasn't changing, but the team was starting to feel like a different kind of team?
Gosh, another year. I mean, I'd have to probably say during the COVID years, somewhat to some degree, and it's like losing started to mean more to us. It wasn't just like, oh, we lost, whatever, let's, pack our bags and leave. It started to mean a lot more in 2020, and then carrying on to 2021. That's when you really started to feel the culture shift in a big way.
You said especially though in January, was there something that sparked something inside this team after that bowl loss last year?
I don't think it was necessarily that, more so the fact that we knew how talented we were and we have the opportunity to do something great, so we're going to go and pursue that.
Looking back at the season just a little bit, the way that a couple of those games ended, the Fresno State game, the Stanford game, did that lead to a feeling that this could be a special year, maybe a little bit of a rabbit foot in your pocket kind of situation?
Well, it's nice to get the results we wanted, but we knew the season we were going to have as soon as we walked into fall camp, and you could just feel that with the energy. We knew we were going to have a big season, and we just went out and did it.